All right, let's see if I could just put this here. We're going to continue with a little video series that I created talking about Klaus Schwab's book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. They say that statistically, if you read 3 or 4 books about a certain topic, you're going to know more than most of the people that you have a conversation with. So we'll see if this is true. I just finished reading The Stakeholder Capitalism, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. I'm now reading Shaping the Future of the Fourth Industrial Revolution by Klaus Schwab. I'm also in the process of reading Homo Deus by Yuval Noah Harari. And really, when you start diving into these books, they all kind of have the same things, the same theme. So it's not hard to get through the book. Especially, they're all saying they're all on the same page. It's almost like they're in their own echo chamber. Now, I know Klaus Schwab absolutely hates echo chambers. But in a weird kind of way, he's actually created his own echo chamber by having guys like Yuval Noah Harari as part of their, an ambassador to the World Economic Forum. He says the same thing as Klaus Schwab. So I'm just going to give you a couple of takeaways on the topic of having a digital presence. And this is according to his book. So if you want to read his book, read his book. But my goal is to give you enough information that you can either decide if you want to read his book or not. But the most important thing is I want you to comment if you're watching this video and let me know your thoughts, all this kind of stuff. So I really appreciate the feedback. So according to Klaus Schwab's book, by 2025, 80% of the population of the world will have a digital presence in some way. That could mean they have a Facebook account, a LinkedIn account, Instagram account, Twitter, whatever it is. So this has good consequences and bad consequences. The positive side of this would be increased transparency. It encourages free speech. You're free to say whatever you want on these platforms. You can have potentially a more efficient government because they can see what the masses are saying about them. But the negative side is you give up some of your privacy. And we know that. We know, like, a lot of countries, I won't say who they are, but we know if you have TikTok, if you have WhatsApp, they're probably listening to every word that you're saying, including YouTube. We just know that. We take that for granted, but we know that that is happening. But another of the negativity would be increased surveillance. So, like, let's just say, for example, if you have a smart home, you have the ability to open up your garage door, close it. You have the ability to start your vehicle, turn up the heat in your home, all this kind of stuff. This is good, but you also can have a chance for somebody to actually hack your home, hack your bank account, all this kind of stuff. So this is kind of what Klaus Schwab would say, cuts both ways. It's good if it works, but if it doesn't work, we don't know how bad it's going to get. That's the problem. Especially when you dive into these books. They always say artificial intelligence is great if it works and if we can have some mediator controlling everything. But if it goes bad, we don't know if we can turn it off. That's the cuts both ways. And that's the problem with going down this rabbit hole, if you will, about trying to make the world a better place with having a digital presence. You give up some things. You give up the idea that you actually own your vehicle, you actually own your home and all this kind of stuff for the betterment of everyone else. If you're okay with that, then you're gonna be fine with this new world organization. So that's what comes into the book. Every time you read a chapter, you're going to see this theme coming up again and again, and it catches you off guard sometimes because you're thinking, oh, that's a good thing, and then they quickly go over the bad stuff, and they say, we just don't know how bad it is. Then they go on to a new topic, build it up as how good it is, but if it's bad, we don't really know how bad it is. Like identity theft, we don't know how bad that could be. You could be screwed for life. We're just not sure. The data isn't in. So it's stuff like that that makes me a little bit nervous. When they talk about stalking, stalking will actually go up, like stalking celebrities, stalking people at work, all this kind of stuff can actually go up. We just don't know how bad it's going to get. So that's the kind of talk. Online bullying. We know it's going to exist. We know it exists today. We know that if more people have a digital presence, there's going to be more online bullying. We just don't know how bad it's going to be. There's going to be polarization. We just don't know how bad it's going to be. That again, I can't overemphasize. It's almost like they write a book on here's what's good, here's what's bad, and it's like 50-50 at the end of the day. There's no real concrete solution. It just seems like it's actually, if it's good for a season, there is a potential risk that it can turn bad. When I say it, I'm talking about artificial intelligence, drones, robots, digital presence, anything regarding giving up what you own, which is your own personal information, all that stuff. Once you give that to someone else, you just don't know who has access to it and what they're going to do with it. That's the problem with all this stuff. So I know I kind of rambled a little bit on this video. There's so much, but if you can get one theme out of this, is for every topic that he talks about, whether it's a digital presence, whether it's being able to live longer, there's always a catch-22. Okay, now, we've increased our age. We used to, die off at age 30 or age 40, and now we live to 60, 70 years old. And we're hoping that we can live 200 to 500 years, whatever, in the future. We can live to be 500 years old in the future. But we don't know what that's going to mean at the end of the day, because now our premiums are going to go through the roof. Health concerns, overpopulation. We don't know how bad this could be. So that's it for this video. Hope you got something out of this. Hope I didn't ramble too much. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.